Happy full moon. Rebecca Magic back to make some more magic. I watched the moon rise a bit ago with two wonderful women in my life. And then I did a really beautiful, powerful, healing reading for a sister, for a friend. So I'm feeling very much in this space to continue with the cards and offer the full moon reading that I spoke of earlier today. Thank you for being here now and for being open to the magic within and all around. Here we go. April 29th, 2018, Scorpio full moon. What are you here to show us? What will be revealed by the light of this full moon? What is surfacing that perhaps has been hidden for a long, long time? Scorpio moon. Illuminate the darkest depths so we can see what we perhaps just weren't seeing. I'm going to start with 3 cards. The first card, boom, the Empress. Right away we have a major arcana card. Right away we have a major revelation. And I have to say, every reading that I've been doing is full of the major arcana cards. Full of major revelations. This shows that we are all going through a huge shift right now, together as one. And this card specifically has been coming up in all of the readings. This is a collective card for sure right now. So right away we started off with the Empress, and this is the card that's going to represent our position within the entire reading and situation. She is the perfect woman. The card before her, the number 2, is the High Priestess. She's the intuition, what's before the manifestation. Okay, so this is the perfect woman. The woman's intuition made manifest into this perfect physical reality. Oh, wow. What's surrounding us? The Tower. This is another huge one that has been only recently coming up over and over for the collective. So this really shows me that it is for sure a reflection of what this moon is trying to show us. Has anyone else, because I know I have, has anyone else felt that things have taken a major turn lately? It could be physically, it could be, quite literally in our everyday reality, maybe a big shift in career or relationship, but really energetically, that's where it all begins anyway. So has anyone else been feeling that, like a dramatic turn on the path? That would be this Tower. This is what's going on right now. This is our current situation. So already the first 2 cards are major arcana. I'm about to pick the third one. Wow. And I'm laughing because the Empress and the Emperor were just both revealed in the reading I did for my special friend. And they had a really powerful message in her reading, which was really for all of us, because it always is. We are all one. The Emperor is the perfect man. Assertion, dominance, going after that which we know is ours. So like claiming in a righteous way. And so right away, the first 3 cards are all major arcana. In the last reading that I did for my friend, the Emperor and the Empress both came up. Not only did they both come up, they came up next to each other. So I think it's really funny that these two are living together. And I want to say that a huge theme that I felt for the collective, just really even in these last few days leading up to the full moon, is this theme of coming back to our awareness and remembrance of our intention, which is balance. We are here to cultivate this balance within us and have that reflected all around us, to manifest a reality out of this balance and harmony. We live in a reality of polarity, so really understanding how those two unify to create a reality all around us that really is in harmony and reflection of our divine nature. This is our birthright, to be in this balance, to be in this harmony, and we are here to remember that and to reflect that. And so the fact that the Empress and the Emperor keeps coming up, not only in the readings that I've done in the past few days for myself and others, but right here, right now, for this Scorpio full moon reading, with the Tower along with them. This is incredibly powerful already. And again, that balance, the Empress and the Emperor, the masculine and the feminine, the perfect man and the perfect woman, that right there shows us we are here to embody that, to embody both sides. Another thing that's coming up right now that I'm feeling, the Empress, the Tower, and the Emperor, as I'm looking at them and as I'm feeling their presence, I'm making a connection with this sharp turn, the Tower, right? Whatever we've been doing on our path lately, if it has not been the most direct, the most efficient path to our healing, if things have just been majorly distracting, that Tower card is going to create that sharp turn. It's going to really take us and direct us in such a dramatic way, seemingly with so much force, to pull us away from those things that were distracting us. It's almost as though we've like reawakened all over again to our purpose in such a big way, and we're like, okay, distractions, get out of my way. I don't have time for that. This path that I've been walking on, there's been a lot that wants to distract me. There's been a lot distracting me. So right now I'm just going to say, I'm going to go in this way. It's almost like when you're running away from like a predator or like somebody who's trying to attack you, and you have to immediately turn in the opposite direction and run as fast as you can. That's the energy that I'm feeling from this Tower card. In order to get to that place of balance with the Empress and the Emperor, we need to immediately change course and move away from those things that were keeping us from this balance. All right. Okay, so I'm just shuffling some more because you all know if you've been watching my videos that I love to shuffle. All right, so foundation. What does the situation rest upon? Show us a card of the foundation. Interesting that I chose to say the word rest. What does the situation rest upon? Because here is the Four of Swords at the foundation. It's the card of rest and integration. Right now we are at a time of integration. This is the Suit of Swords, air. So really it's in our mind, which is the root of all. It's time to really take everything that we've learned up until now and deeply integrate it. Deeply integrate it so that we can take everything more seriously, so that we can really solidify everything that we've learned. By thoroughly processing, we thoroughly understand. Thus we thoroughly accept. And this is how we move forward in our fullness to achieve our goals. Okay. Tell us something that we're leaving behind. I want to see something. I want a card to be revealed that will show us how we got here, but what we're moving away from. Okay. This is a collective card for sure. It's come up in literally almost every single reading that I've done in the past few days. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my spiritual statistics post the other day. Okay, this is the Six of Wands. Fire, spirit. It's the card of victory, sustainable victory. And it's been coming up a lot, in especially the collective readings I've been doing. in the cards for way showers, whenever I'm reading for a way shower, this card shows its face. And this is the card that's asking us, what are our intentions? When we achieve our victories, when we accomplish those things, are they sustainable? The only way that they can be sustainable is if they have righteous roots, if their roots are in the spiritual world. Okay, if it's for the highest good of everything as one, absolutely it will be sustainable. And that's the card for our past. So the way that I see that in relation to the other cards in this layout is, we are here because, yes, we are serving the highest. And we are being presented with an opportunity to achieve this victory in the most sustainable way. So that opportunity was offered to us and we took it, and now we are in that process. We are in the middle of the process of achieving that victory. In fact, I feel we are more than in the middle. We are really there, and that's going to be revealed more in the cards as I pull them. So let's see, what is the card for the crown? Okay, let's just show you where we're at right now so far, since this is kind of an in-depth reading we're doing here. It's a little dark in here, but as you can see, the Empress, the Tower, the Emperor. Below is the Four of Swords, and then the Six of Wands. Okay, so the Empress is the position that we are in right now. The Tower is what we are surrounded by. The Emperor is the path, the obstacle course. So really we are, I didn't really say too much about that, so I'll say right now, the obstacle course being the Emperor. We're needing to really be in our power and be in that first of all, balance of masculine and feminine. But in order to move through the physical obstacle course right now, we're really going to need to embody that assertion, that self-assertiveness, that almost aggression, that fiery masculine. It's really a warpath. I hesitate to say that because we have a lot of preconceived ideas about this word, war. But this is a righteous war that we're fighting. It's very much an internal one. It's very much a multi-dimensional one. So if you can see it in that realm, I invite you to really know that we must embody the qualities of the Emperor to move through the obstacles that are present. Okay, so moving ahead, the card at our crown. What wants to reveal itself? What card wants to show its face to represent the crown, which represents what it is we are needing to remember, to hold in our minds as we move through this journey to get to where it is we want to see ourselves get to. Whatever it is we're wanting to achieve, this is the message we are needing to hold in our mind's eye. Wow, that's a very powerful one. The Seven of Cups. This is the suit of water, emotions. Okay? And this is the card of illusion. We need to keep in mind that there will be many illusions. Many illusions in the watery realm of our emotions. Do not allow your emotions to overcome you, but use them as a tool. We know this by now. The cups were coming up a lot in collective readings lately. If you haven't seen my Page of Cups video on Rebecca Magic Channeling on Facebook, I encourage you to, because it will shed a lot of light on this card, I believe. So I'm feeling a lot of connections. I'm seeing a lot of connections right now. So a big key to our ending and beginning a new cycle right now is within our emotions. We are striving for emotional maturity so that we can use our emotions in the best way to guide us through to the end of the cycle and to initiate a new one. And so it makes sense that the card at our crown that wants to be considered and remembered as we walk this journey right now is the card of illusions. Don't let your emotions fool you. Understand them. Master them. And they will guide you to the right opportunities, the ones that will be sustainable. Again, if we look at the card that was in our past, it was the Six of Wands. The only way we can achieve this victory in a sustainable way is if it's for the highest good of everything as one. Now this card is what we're needing to remember. This is the card that is showing its face because it's saying, remember this on your journey. This is very important. Don't be fooled. There are some things that you may feel undecided about. Make sure that you choose the right things. And the way to know which ones are the right ones to choose are by asking yourself whenever you're presented with an opportunity to think or to act in a certain way. When you're presented with multiple paths, and which one do I take? You ask yourself, which one is for the highest good of everything as one? Not just for you, but for the you that is in connection to the greater you. In this way, you won't be misled. In this way, you will cut right through the illusions and go straight to the opportunities for true emotional fulfillment, which will lead to our sustainable success ultimately, because this life is about connection. This life is about emotional connection, the heart connection. We are one heart, just like we are one mind, we are one heart. This is very much a key. We must understand this if we wish to manifest this new reality here on earth, if we really want to be this bridge. And so we must understand that a large part of our awakening right now relies on our emotional relationships and our emotional development, our emotional connections and expressions. Which opportunities will you take to mature in this process, this emotional process of opening the heart for the highest good? Which opportunities will you take that will support you on this mission in the most efficient ways possible? Don't waste your time. Don't be fooled. Allow your emotions to guide you in a way that is for our highest good. It feels really clear. You know, if our emotional development is a key right now to our evolution, then obviously we should know that our relationships and reflections are going to be are going to hold the prime opportunities for us to practice this, to express this, to manifest the gift that will come of this. And I know this, it's been coming up in all of our cards lately, including in the very last reading I did, which was not even an hour ago. And so it makes sense that the card that's wanting to show its face, the card that's asking to be remembered, is the card of illusion. Don't be fooled. Go to the right opportunities. Okay, so what is before us? What are we on the edge of right now? Interesting. This card has been coming up a lot as well. So this is like the ending of a nightmare, okay? It's the Ten of Swords. So again, there's a lot of swords here. So this is a lot of swords energy. There's mental. It's the suit of air. It's the mind. So what we are at the edge of right now is putting an end to this cycle of something that was really destructive to us, a destructive way of thinking, a destructive program of the mind, one that wasn't serving us. So it's a total ending of this, a death of this. The Tower will definitely ensure this. And embodying the Empress and the Emperor and that balance will definitely ensure this. Because when we are in that perfect balance, we will no longer be able to manifest such a nightmare in our minds. It will be impossible to hold such an image in our mind's eye or such a feeling in our body, because our vibration will be at such a high frequency that this will be impossible. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Kind of doing a whole cross here. Again, I'll give you a view so far of what we have. The Four of Swords at the foundation. The Seven of Cups is up there at the top. It's hard to see. The Empress, the Tower, the Emperor at the past. The Six of Wands ahead of us. Right now we are at the edge of going into the Ten of Swords. Okay, so next we're going to see which card wants to reveal its face to tell us what it is we need to embody right now to achieve the desired result. What is the desired result? You don't have to know. That will be revealed. But what archetype are we needing to really embody the most right now? How must we behave to manifest what it is we are wishing to manifest? Ah, beautiful. Here we go, another 7. 7 of Wands, fire, spirit, As you can see, he's up top, and he's got his wand in hand, his rod, his staff. And it could go two ways. It could go either, you see this as he's giving a speech, like a victory speech, and everybody's like, yay, hurrah, we stand with you. Or he's receiving violent opposition right now. And I really do believe that we are experiencing a 50-50 as a collective. This is another card from my spiritual statistics. This one has been coming up a heck of a lot in all the readings lately for all of the way showers. And it's a card of really knowing that, yeah, sure, there will always be people that are backing us up, and there will also be people violently opposing us. When you're a way shower, you're going to receive all kinds of energies coming at you. Some will be supportive and some won't. But no matter what, how I like to look at this card is that he's up top on the hill. He's at a vantage point. He is at the top either way. And he has the rod of spirit in his hands. That wand represents fire, spirit. It is so vast. It's eternal. It is source, pure source. Within that staff of spirit resides all things. And I like to think of Moses and his staff and how God was with him on his journey. I love that story. So it's really all you need. With spirit, you're always on top. So this is the card that we need to remember when we think of how we should be behaving as we go about this. Stand strong. Remember, you have everything you need within you. You are at the top. So fight for what you believe in. You have nothing to lose. I really resonate with everything so far very deeply. Okay, so the next card will be, how are those around us seeing us? Which is very important because this reveals, how are we supported? How supported are we by our environment right now? Especially right now with this theme of our emotional maturity and development being the key to our evolution, the key to our unlocking the door to this new cycle. It's very important how people are seeing us. Ah, beautiful. And it is cups. Check it out. I love that I prepared the pull of this card by saying this position right now in the reading is especially important because if the cups, the suit of cups and emotions and the heart and emotional connection, relationship, because that is all so important right now, such a key to our development right now, it really matters how other people are seeing us. It also reveals how we're seeing them. It is one. And it's the Three of Cups. Okay, so this is like celebration, connection, teamwork in the emotional realm. Emotional fulfillment through teamwork. Make sure that you're celebrating with the right people, that you're doing the dance, so to say, with the right people. So people are seeing us. We're seeing each other, especially because this is a collective reading, so I want to phrase it in this way. We're seeing each other as doing this divine dance. Like, we're doing this work together. We are doing it as a team. We're seeing each other, celebrating each other. I even said this to a special sister today. As she was leaving my house, I said, I love how we're seeing each other's paths right now. We're seeing each other with such supportive eyes and hearts. And in the seeing of that, we're helping to create it. We're helping to manifest it. We're all feeling each other's empowerment and we're celebrating that. We're raising our cups to that. And that's beautiful. Okay, so the next position, this card will tell us what hidden fears we might have. And then we can rephrase it as maybe what our hope is in that. Something we fear might not happen. And so instead we can think of what we hope will happen. So which is it? So I'm sure some of you who sees this, some of you will have had readings from me this week, and you'll know right away that this card has come up a lot. This card has come up for many readings that I've done for you guys this week. This card has come up for myself this week. So again, the Suit of Swords, and this is the Five of Swords, it's the card of defeat. But he's looking back, he's picking up the swords, and he's looking back, and he's asking himself, like, is it time to really walk away? And yes, it's time to walk away, but do I have any regrets? Can I walk away and really let go? And to know that ultimately defeat, this is not a natural concept. We're never truly defeated. Life goes on. Life is eternal. All that's real never dies. So he's picking up his swords, picking up the pieces, and he'll carry on. And because it's swords, it's the suit of air and mentality, the mind. How can we maybe admit defeat of a certain program that we've adopted? We've allowed certain thoughts in to become a foundation of our programming. And this has been manifesting our reality. How can we admit that, hey, you know what? This was not serving my highest, and I just didn't see before. I just didn't see. And now I see. And that part of me that wasn't ever even real because it wasn't a part of my success. It wasn't a part of my sustainability, which is our true natural success. How can I let that go and admit the defeat of that old self that's not even going to serve me anymore? Well, that when you put it that way, it seems easy, doesn't it? Yeah, lay it down. Lay that sword down. But how can I pick the pieces back up, right? Those swords symbolizing thoughts, maybe the mind. How can I put the pieces back together? How can I reprogram my mind and keep going? So perhaps when looking at the position of this card being in the position of hopes and fears, maybe we can see it as, I hope that I will be able to, first look at it in the fear, because the fear has less power. I fear that I've been defeated, and I fear that everything I've worked so hard for is now lost. And I fear that I won't be able to move forward. And then we can look at it in a different way, in more of a hopeful way, which holds way more power, because the positive thought is the one that holds more power. The power is in the neutralizing thought. So instead we say, while my old self has been defeated, it is easy to walk away because, hey, that wasn't serving me and that no longer will serve me anymore. So although that part of me has been defeated, I am picking the pieces back up and I'm putting them back together in a way that will strengthen me even more to keep moving forward and on to the next thing. This is a big one for the Scorpio moon. Admitting defeat, admitting those paths that we chose maybe just aren't for our highest. And then changing direction, right? That tower, changing our direction, trusting that we just have to choose a new way. This is the only way to our sustainable success. Okay, so here we're going to pull the final card. All right, so Scorpio full moon, what is the outcome of all this? What is this all for? Why are we doing this? Why are we walking through this? Why are we needing to end a cycle here? What is the new beginning all about? What's all this emotional fulfillment leading to? What is all this emotional connection for? What are we fighting for? Gosh. Okay. Again, this card. So this came up so many times as well. This came up in my reading earlier today that I shared. And it's the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the symbolism in this card is showing like it's showing a battered husband and wife. They've been through a lot, clearly. But in the back is the church that they were married in, still aglow, right? The image of the church window still full of hope, and it's actually a tree of life. The pentacles are positioned in the form of a tree. So it shows that there is still that hope, and they're still moving toward that. They still move forward with that hope in their mind. And when thinking about all the other readings I did in the past few days in relation to this card, what I'm feeling and what I'm getting is that we don't need to know exactly where we're headed right now. The cycle is not fully complete. We are at the depths right now. We're at a point where we need to trust. We need to keep moving forward. We've been through a lot. But with hope in our hearts and hope in our minds, we have all the strength we need to keep moving forward. There's nothing that can stop us. There's nothing that can bring us down. Right? We're keeping our promise of service. It doesn't matter how much we've been through, right? It's like, and it's funny to see, if you look at this here. There's the 5 and the 5. We had pulled this 5 below, and then we pulled this 5 above. So first we pulled this 5. That was the last card. That was the card of our hopes and fears. Our fear was that we'd be defeated, but the hope was that, hey, you know what? I hope that the parts of me that are being defeated are the ones that no longer serve me. And in fact, I know that. I know that. So it's beautiful to first see that and then see, okay, well then because we chose to go with that hopefulness and because we chose to see our defeat as for our highest good, we're then brought to the result of, yeah, that hope is what is carrying us through. That hope is the image we're keeping above us and within us, in our heads and in our hearts, to keep going. And we certainly will keep going. We can get through anything. Doesn't matter how much we've been through. We have everything we need. So I really like that ending there, the 5 and the 5. Defeat doesn't need to be a bad thing. It can be a great and liberating thing to let go of those things that were weighing us down and to keep moving, because again, defeat is not real. There is no such a thing in nature. Life is eternal, and all that's real never dies. And that is what we're fighting for. For that, we can go on forever. So, here's a little wrap up so you can see. Just look at these images here. I'll pull these down a little bit into the light. This is a very powerful reading, and I love that every reading of these is all major arcana cards, major secrets, major revelations. And all over, some of them 10 out of 11 are major, some of them 6 out of 8, or 3 out of 5, the majority being major. But in this one, it's very interesting to see that 3 out of the 11 here, major arcana, are right in the center. Love that. Here they are, boom, right in the center. The rest are not major arcana. Here we've got a 4. Here we've got a 7, a 10, 6, 7, 7, 7. Well, I hope you resonated with this reading. I would love to hear your thoughts, because a lot of you are healers yourselves, and I have so many beautiful healer friends because I live in the amazing town of Sedona, Arizona, aka Heaven on Earth. I would love to hear your insights. What are your spiritual statistics that you've gathered from the readings that you've been doing lately? What are the findings that you've been coming to through your readings and through your healings lately? I would love to hear that and how maybe it's connected to this reading that we did tonight. Happy full moon. Happy traveling to the depths. We're all here together. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow to continue the healing. Blessed night.